Welcome back to Joe's Toolbox Exchange. Today I want to review 3 of Snap-on's most popular models. That's going to be the Classic series here on the end, the Master series that's in the green, in this Arctic Silver box, which is their Epic series. When you're looking at these boxes online, especially if there's nothing to scale it to, if it's like on a white wall and a close-up of the box, they look very similar in size. But when they're next to each other, you can see that they're quite a bit different. I would like to go over what the cubic inch storage for each box is, the overall dimensions, the drawer depth, the different trims, what the wheels look like and the handles look like across the different series, the MSRP and what they sell for here used in the Midwest on average. We'll go ahead and start with the bottom of the 3. Snap-on does have a series below this called the Heritage series. I'm not going to show that box in this video. In my opinion, it's not really a professional box, it's more of a DIY box. Some aviation mechanics like those boxes because they're really light and they'll use them as a cart. But overall, they're not really a full-size Snap-on box in my opinion. This box here is a Classic series, the most common Classic series. This box does come in a triple option, which is a 73 and a single bank, which I believe is 40. All Classic series are going to be 24 inches deep. They're all 24 inches deep. All doubles are going to be 54. Some of these numbers are going to be rounded. This is a KCP 1422. The P in the KCP means it has a power drawer in it. And the 1422 is going to be your drawer configuration. It's kind of like that for all boxes. That's what the model number is telling you. It's telling you what series it is, how many drawers it has, and if it has power or not. There are some numbers at the end of the model number. A lot of people ask for that too, but they don't really mean much. I believe this box is a BVF. That's the color combination and the trim. Whether it's green or black or any color, it's still going to be a KCP 1422. This box comes in a couple different options. This is a 10 drawer. And it also comes in an 11 drawer. If it has 11 drawers, it does not have power. The 11 drawer model is going to have your classic power drawer here is going to be cut in half, and you're going to have actually 3 drawers where you have 2. So if you're just looking at a box, you can tell if it has that power drawer or not, if there's 2 or 3. And all the boxes are going to work similarly. All 3 of these boxes do have a speed drawer. It's going to be reminiscent of the Vidmar parts cabinets is kind of where they took this idea from. This has a built-in rail system on the outside and then these movable rails for parts. A lot of guys don't end up using this drawer, but it is a cool feature. When you buy it from the factory, there will be a liner in that drawer. But in order to screw the rail system down into the tapped drawer, you need to remove the liner. So a lot of times you'll see it without, and that is why. This box is 595 pounds, just shy of 600. Like I said, it's going to be 24 inches deep. Although the box is 24 inches deep, you're going to lose some storage because of this front lip and because of the locking mechanism in the back, which does take up a couple of inches. So your drawer depth on this box from the back to the front lip is going to be just shy of 22. It's like 21 3/4 inches deep for storage. This box is a cubic inches of 28,000, so it's 28,000 cubic inches of storage. This one next to it is almost double that. So even though these boxes are both considered doubles, they're quite a bit different. This is almost the length of a Snap-on Classic triple, being 68. All slides on these 3 series on Snap-on's website, they say they're 227 pounds per slide. A lot of slides are going to be double slid, which brings you to like 454 pounds per drawer. It doesn't include the weight of the drawer, so you're going to lose some pounds there because these drawers are quite heavy. If you want to show the bottom of this box, all of the big drawers on any Snap-on box are going to be the same. They have this extra support system welded in. This is how it's able to handle such a high weight rating. That's what these pieces are here. The smaller drawers are not going to have it, but the big drawers are going to have it, and your big drawers are also going to be double slid. So you have double slides here with an option to add them to almost any drawer. So any drawer that can fit the slides will have an option for you to add second slides if you want it. The drawers that are too small, like these little drawers that are only about 1 3/4 inches deep, they're not going to be able to take a second slide for obvious reasons. This box total weight capacity is 2,400 pounds. That's what they say you can load. I think the casters are the fail point on this box. It's really great if you're looking for something mobile. The wheels are more of a rubber material, so they roll super easy. If you move your box around the shop a lot of guys like these boxes. Next, we're gonna go to Snap-on's nicest box. This is gonna be an EPIQ. This box specifically is going to be a KE TP682A. At the end of the A, I believe, is because of the power drawer reconfiguration after early release. Originally the power drawer is at the bottom, but to meet specifications, it had to be raised up because of the water line. This is going to be your power drawer right here. This box comes standard with a holster rack inside of it. It fits your impact guns and drills. This box is 47 inches tall, so it's quite a bit taller than a classic. This model is a 9 drawer. This box comes in many options. A 10 drawer, like I said with the classic, is gonna have this one cut in 2, so you're gonna have 3. So if you look at this box online, you can tell just by looking at it, this box does have a power drawer because of the depth on this side, and there's only 2. It also comes in a 7 drawer model. The 7 drawer model is gonna be like this black one down here. It's where all the drawers are just long, and I believe that one is a Kern KERN series. If this box has no power, it would be a KETN, no power, and the P is for power. This box is 30 inches deep. It's the deepest of all the Snap-on boxes. If you want to show inside of here, you actually get a little bit of extra storage on the front of it, the way that they roll their edges, which is nice if you have cases, because the cases, you never use that last inch of space anyway. From the front to the back, this box is going to be about 28 inches on the dot. They call this piece a false bottom. This comes with the power drawers on the EPIQ series. It goes on this side to hide your cords, along with your power cord. The power cord for all 3 boxes is going to be the same. It's the same for all Snap-ons. Even the new Matcos use the same power cord. Really cool thing about the EPIQ is all 4 wheels can pivot. They have a pin lock system in there. If you want to get under and show this, it might be a bit tricky. This pin right here, if you pull this pin out and then rotate it, the wheel is now able to spin back and forth. And if you pull it back in and lock it, it'll lock at any 45-degree angle. This makes it really easy if you're trying to move the box up against a wall, or if you want to switch the steering end, it's pretty easy. None of the other models offer this feature. This box weighs just under 1,000 pounds. It weighs 950, I believe, 946. And it has 8,000 pound capacity, so it is substantially heavier than this box. It can hold a ton of weight. Almost all the drawers in this box, this drawer here, this drawer here, even their power drawer is going to be double slid. It's the only Snap-on box that has double slide option on the power drawer, and it does ship that way from the factory. Along with your bottom drawer on this side going to be double slid as well. The other ones you can add it down the road if you want. Same weight rating, they say 227 per slide. In my opinion, it just feels like a much heavier box. I mean, even this small drawer can take my weight pretty easily, where the classic, even though it's 24, it just has a little bit more flex in it. You can see the walk in a classic series versus in an EPIQ series. Even with the EPIQ being much longer, it tends to have a little bit less play in the slides. The fit and finish on them is better. With the classic series, you're just going to have a rolled over metal edge. On a EPIQ or a Master series, you're going to have a aluminum cap piece on the edges. This is really nice. This is a common damaged area, and they're easy and cheap to replace. You always get wear. Even this box right here, it looks new, but it's got a couple of wear marks on the edges. You can replace that piece for relatively cheap. Next, we're going to move on to the Master Series. The Master Series was the best box they made for several decades until the EPIQ came out. The old models that came out in the 90s are still compatible with the new ones. They're still 29 inches deep, so the old hutches work on the new boxes. The new stainless work on the old boxes. This box does have a bedline top. It's the new model where they addressed the peeling issue, so this top will not peel. You can tell this because all 4 edges have a lip on them The older models only had a lip on the front, so stuff would roll off the back and sides. Same weight rating on the drawers, 227 per slide. It's going to be 54 inches long by 29 inches deep. This box also comes in a triple. It's going to be a 73-inch model. The Master Series has the most variation of all the different models. You can also get it in a 24-inch. You can also get it in a less tall, which is going to be about this tall. And you can tell with the Classic and with the Masters by looking at them if they're the tall model. If they have 3 drawers, 3 big drawers, it's the tall model. They do make a 2-drawer that's tall, but that's not very common. So if you're looking at a box on Marketplace or something and you see those 3 big drawers, you know it's the tall model. This box has no power drawer, and this is what I was trying to say with the combined 2 drawers to make the power drawer. As you can see, you have 3 here. So just by looking at this box, you can tell there is no power drawer on it. The wheels look very similar to an EPIQ, although they are quite a bit smaller. They have the same exact design, only they don't pivot. On the non-steering end, and there's no way to change it short of swapping around the wheels, which takes quite a bit of time. This box has a cubic storage of, I think, 35,000, 34,600, something along those lines. So this box, 34,000, your EPIQ, 45,000, your Classic, 28,000, just to kind of give you an idea of what the actual storage of these boxes is. This box does come in several drawer options. It also comes in a 7-drawer. This box is a 10-drawer. All 10 drawers have no power. They do make a 9-drawer. That would be with your power. They also make a 9-drawer with no power, and you'd be losing this top one essentially, or this one here. You'd have these 2 and these, and they would just drop it down about 5 inches. The depth on a Master Series is 29, but your actual drawer depth is about 26.5. So I'll just let you see these 2 compared side by side. This box here is quite a lot larger. It also comes with a much larger price tag. The EPIQ Series retail price on their website list is going to be $16,000, $16,000 and change. I think it's $16,300, and that's as of today. Their prices change sometimes, a couple times a year. The Classic Series is going to be $8,300. So this box is not only twice the cubic inches, it is also twice the price. And your Master Series is going to be $11,300. So it kind of falls between these 2 in price. In my opinion, they're all really great boxes depending on what you're looking for. In the used market, at least here in the Midwest, the Master Series, this box right here with this top will sell anywhere from $3 to $35 in my experience. Sometimes you'll see them go for low 4s. That's not very common. If it has a power drawer, power built into the top, LED lights, and the box is like mint condition, you might be able to get 4 for them. It's just rare. In my experience, it's usually high 2s, low 3s. Another point there I'd like to make is if you're looking for a top, I would buy a box used with the top, because this top is over $1,000 from Snap-on, and it really adds almost no value to the resale of the box. So if this box had no top on it, I would try to sell it for $3. With the top, I'm still trying to sell it for $3. So you get a pretty good, add-on for not much more money. This box right here, these are a little bit more wide range on the price. They make a 60-inch EPIQ, which looks the exact same. It's hard to tell by looking at, but essentially this side is smaller. This side is always the same, but they shrink down the left side of it. So if you're looking at a box, you got to be aware that there are a 60s and 68s, and they're hard to tell from photos. Even me, I would say I'm an expert at this point. It's still hard for me to tell from a single photo if I'm looking at a 60 or 68. I always double check and ask. This box used, I would say, sells for around $4,500 here in the Midwest. Sometimes they get up to $5,000. With the top, they might be at $52,000. I think the most I ever sold one for was $5,500, and it was a limited run. I believe it was their 100-year anniversary, and it was brand new, never had a tool in it. And that one took quite a while to sell at $55,000. $45,000 is kind of where I like to sell them at. They move quick. Classic Series, these have a little bit of a range on them too. This box in great condition usually sells for mid-2s, 23, 25, somewhere in there. Sometimes they'll go as low as 2. If they're bad condition, they'll usually go for about $1,800. Something to look for is the rust on this area down here. This box has none of it, but a lot of heavy floor cleaners that shops use to get the grease out of the concrete is going to take that edge off the bottom, and that knocks about 10 to 20% of the price of the box off right off the top. If you're looking for a box too, make sure it has the liners. With the Classic, it's a little bit less important because they're 24 inches deep, so you can buy cheap liners, Amazon liners. There are not very many companies that manufacture liners of this size. So if you need to replace the liners in an EPIQ, you're gonna spend $300–400 on replacing the liners. A lot of guys, when they go to sell their box, their liners will be dirty, they'll throw them away. Do not do this. They clean up really nice. I never flip liners, but as you can see with this box, when it came in, it was filthy. The liners look perfect. Same with this box. The liners look perfect. They're a cloth combined with a rubber material, and they're extremely rugged and they clean up great. So when you're looking at a box, make sure it has the liners. Make sure there's not that rust on the bottom. Those are the two biggest things that I always see with the boxes that hurt the value right off the top. Another thing I'd like to go over is the trim. The Snap-on Master Series is going to be a square trim. It's the same as their original Master Series in the 90s, all the way up to their 2025 models, the exact same trim. And then you're going to have a single piece of trim here, and this is aluminum. The EPIQ is about the same, besides it actually rolls around the sides, so it gives you a little protection on the side. And also, the trim on the front is going to be a two-piece trim, so this piece and this piece are actually separate. If you want to show the latch system on this side, every other box besides the EPIQ is going to use a slide latch. The slide latch is essentially this piece. It does wear out, they're easy to replace. They're a warranty item and they are free from Snap-on. If your dealer gives you a hard time to buy this piece off the truck, it's only like $4. You'll see it wears out in this edge right here. But essentially how this works is you're just bumping this piece to the side to open it up. And it engages back there. So this is what's engaging with the inside of the box. It's only on one side. The EPIQ is going to use this, a lift latch system, people call it. They call this a slide latch. They call this a lift latch. It's going to be spring retention, so it springs back in. It gives you a really audible click when the drawer shuts. These do not wear out as much in my opinion. When they do wear out, it's this little plastic piece right here that cracks out. There is a piece of metal on the inside of it. These are cheap to replace. We keep 200 of them in stock. Every box usually needs one replaced. I think this one needed 2 replaced. I'd like to show the wheels together. This here is actually a Classic Series wheel. This wheel is actually chrome, but it's the same as what's going to be on your Classic Series down here with the blackout. These 3 boxes, this is going to be an EPIQ. So as you can see, your Classic Series is a fraction of the size. There's also no suspension in your Classic. So if your floors are not even, your box will get a little bit of a rock to it. They call this an ISO ride caster, ISO, and this is actually a giant spring, which makes the box sit level on uneven floor. I get this question a lot when people buy a new box that they're pairing up with an old box. They'll go, why is there a height difference? There isn't a height difference. It's just when you have a box loaded full of tools, the box will start to sink about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. So when you get a new box that's empty and you pair them up, you'll see a little bit of a difference. It's because as you weight them down, they move. Once again, when you strap them down on a trailer, you got to crank them for a while because that box will actually start to sag down on those ISOs. They use the exact same design in the Masters. And as you can see, the wheels are a little bit more similar here. These all come in different options. You'll see chrome and the blackout. The blackout usually matches the logo. So if the logo on the box is black, you're going to have blackout wheels. Something else I'd like to show is the handles. Once you go up in series, the quality of the little things go up. You know, the wheels go up, the overall build quality goes up, and things like the handles go up. This right here is going to be an EPIQ handle. I think I have a couple others here. This is a Masters handle, and this is going to be your Classic handle. They come in different colors. The EPIQ can come in chrome or black, and the Masters can come in chrome or black, but the Classic is always going to be just a painted steel handle. There are rubber grips here and here, so as you can see, the handle quality even increases quite a bit. To swap the handles around on a Masters, there's a sticker under here you pull off, and there's bolts that run through. It's just one bolt. On the Classic, it's going to be 2, and on the Masters, it's going to be 2 on each side also. They put their logoing on the Master handle as opposed to on the stickers. Those stickers are commonly lost on boxes because once you take them off, they never stick well again. They're almost always missing. So with an MSRP of around $16,000, you being able to buy these at around $4,500, I would try to avoid one getting on the truck. I know it's a lot of cash up front, but these boxes are used, but like new, are significantly cheaper than what you're going to pay for a Classic off the truck. And that's not even including what they're charging on interest right now. If you get a truck to do 0% financing and hold it on a truck account, you're still going to pay way more than you're going to pay for a used Epic. Same with the Masters. If you're looking kind of for a budget-friendly option, I know it's weird to say budget-friendly and $3,000 in the same sentence, but a Master Series is a really great option because they are extremely similar build quality to an Epic. They're also more common. You can find better deals on them because of the surplus of them. The older models are still around, so it's easy to find stainless tops and things like this, as opposed to the Epics are a little harder. Just yesterday, the customer that brought me this box sold the top off of it used for $1,400. It came with the top, and he sold it a stainless top. So $1,400 on just the stainless top is what that guy paid. Whereas a Masters, like I would sell this top off this box right now for $400. So the Master Series, you can get the add-ons for a more reasonable price down the road. They make a lot of other things you can do. You can add a side pegboard systems. They call them slot and dots. All 3 of these boxes are compatible. They make side boxes for all 3 of these, hutches for all 3 of these. They've all been around for over a decade each at this point, the Masters being over 30 years, their oldest model. I think that kind of is everything I wanted to talk about here. Once again, I would just like to reiterate, when you look at the photos, they look very similar. But if you want to catch a shot from this side, you can see the Classic is a much, much smaller box. They all use the same lock system, so you can swap locks. If you have a lot of guys like to use an Epic as their main box, and then maybe a double Classic they'll use as something that's more mobile. You can key the locks the same. It's the exact same cylinders inside of them. So until next time, thanks for watching.